wondered, well I have, about how when I say red, for example, there's no way of knowing if red means the same thing in your head as red means in my head when someone says red, and how if we are travelling at almost the speed of light and we're holding a light, that light would still travel away from us at the full speed of light, which seems right in a way, but I'm trying to say, I'm not sure, but I wonder if inside my head I'm not just a bit different from some of my friends. These answers that come into my mind unbidden, these stories delivered to me fully written, and when everyone shouts like they seem to like shouting, the noise in my head is incredibly loud, and I just wish they'd stop. My dad and my mum and the telly and stories would stop for just once, and I'm sorry, I'm not quite explaining it right, but this noise becomes anger and the anger is light, and this burning inside me would usually fade, but it isn't today, and the heat and the shouting, and my heart is pounding and my eyes are burning, and suddenly everything is quiet. Like silence, but not really silent. Just that still sort of quiet, like the sound of a page being turned in a book, or a pause in a walk in the woods. Quiet, like silence, but not really silent. Just that nice kind of quiet, like the sound when you lie upside down in your bed, just the sound of your heart in your head. And though the people around me, their mouths are still moving, the words they are forming cannot reach me anymore. And it is quiet, and I am warm, like I've said, into the eye of the storm.
Matilda had always wanted to go to school because she loved to learn. She tried to imagine what her new school would be like. She pictured a lovely building surrounded by trees, flowers, and swings. Well, there was a building, and children said regardless of what traffic would look like, she was happy to be there. After all, any school is better than no school at all, isn't it?
You! Detention! You're too small. Grow up quicker. Shoulders back. Stomach in. Stand up straight.
Oh, sorry, that's okay. It's much better being up there. Is that my teacher? No, that's the principal, Miss Crunchball. You've got to be kidding.
Yes, get the door. I'm not kidding.
better than being put in the choke.
Yeah.
The choke?
Yeah. The choke is from narrow. Go to hard A. The door is to stand behind. Richard agent that was at. Was a rat. She was nailed stick out.
She puts kids in there.
They I did maybe. Me, your parents read it.
Didn't you tell your parents?
They did maybe. Maybe your parents read it.
60 lives! I must obey this transport. Out of my way!
Here she comes. Ah!
How dare you! You are not fit to be in this school, madame. You ought to be in prison, in the deepest, dankest, darkest prison. I shall have you wheeled out, strapped to a trolley with a muzzle over your mouth. I shall crush you. I shall pound you. I shall dissect you, madame. I shall strap you down to a table and perform experiments on you. I shall feed you to the termites. Then I shall squash the termites into tiny fragments. And then I shall crush those tiny fragments into dust. Then I shall take the dust and feed it to the bloodworms. Then the bloodworms I shall feed to the birds, and the birds I shall release into the air and shoot them down with my 12-ball shotgun, and so on and so on. Ad infinitum, madame, and infinitum.
Your father is a crook and so are you. Last night I was driving home from the monastery. He sold me, and the engine fell out. Well, what do you say about that, madame? You say nothing, and there is nothing you can say because you are
Genetically
predisposed to evil, and you must be destroyed before you are allowed to go on and grow a centimetre taller than you currently are.
Varming spew, snot slime. Are you listening to me? Because of you, those little slimes over there will suffer the most enduring pain ever. I shall rip the rebellion out of the class. I shall devour it whole, and I shall have each one of you upside down by your ankles into
anything, caution in these situations is sensible. One should avoid confrontation if possible. I'll come back later. Knock on the door, Jenny. Knock on the door. Don't be pathetic.
Enter! Don't just stand there like wet tissue, get on with it!
Yes, Miss Rachel. There's in my class there's this girl called Matilda Wormwood, and
Daughter of Mr. Harry Wormwood, who owns Wormwood Motors, excellent man. Told me to watch out for that brat, though says she's a real wart.
oh no, her mistress. I don't believe Matilda's that kind of child at all.
What is the school motto, Miss Honey?
Badminton S. Magneton.
Badminton S. Magneton. Children are maggots. In fact, it must have been her who put that stick bomb under my desk this morning. I'll have half of that. Thank you for suggesting it.
But they didn't. Miss Trunchbull, Matilda Wormwood is a genius.
Nonsense. Haven't I told you she's a gangster?
She knows the times tables.
So, she learns the tricks.
Oh, she can read.
So can I.
I have to tell you, mistress. In my opinion, this girl should be placed in the top floor with the 11-year-olds.
What? But she's a squib, a shrimp, an unattached tadpole. We cannot simply place her in the top form with the 11-year-olds. What kind of society would that be? What about rules, honey? Rules.
I believe that Matilda Wormwood is an exception to the rules.
An exception to the rules in my school. Now get out!
I have to tell you, mistress, that it's my intention to count this girl, whether you like it or not.
Good morning, everyone. I said, good morning!
Good morning, Mrs. Trunchbull.
Where's my water?
Do it, honey.
A newt is a semi-aquatic amphibian from the salamander family.
Known in Latin scriptures, vulgaris.
Common newts are olive green or pale brown, with a bright orange black spotted underside.
That are widespread as south from Ireland to China. And Miss Trunchbull is absolutely terrifying.
I said, where's my water? It's shocking. Get in that thing!
Who did this?
Get out of here! No, not exactly, but something like that. You certainly are a special girl, Matilda. I met your mother. She's unusual. What about your father? Is he proud to have a daughter as clever as you?
Oh yes, he's very proud. He's very, very, very proud. He's always saying, Matilda, I'm so proud to have you as your daughter as... That's not true, Miss Honey. That's not what he says. He's not proud of me at all. He calls me a liar and a cheat and a nasty little creep.
I see. Here we are. Home, sweet home.
Are you bored?
Yes. Very.
Don't they pay teachers very well?
No, they don't actually. But I'm even poorer than most because of other reasons. You see, I used to live with my aunt, but one day I was out walking and I came across this old shed and I fell completely in love with it. I ran to the farm and begged him to let me to move in. He thought I was mad. Then he agreed. I've lived there ever since.
But Miss Honey, you can't live in a shed.
I'm not strong like you, Matilda. You see, my father died when I was young. Magnus was his name. He was very kind. But when he was gone, my aunt became my legal guardian. She was mean and cruel and horrible, like you can hardly imagine. And when I got my job as a teacher, she suddenly presented me with a bill for looking after me all the year. She had written down every tea bag, every electricity bill, every tin of beans, and she made me to sign a contract to pay her back every penny. She even produced a document to say that my father had given her his entire house.
Did he really do that? Magnus, did he really give her his house?
I don't know. I find it hard to believe. Just like I cannot believe that he would have killed himself, which is what she said happened.
You think she did him in, honey?
I cannot say. All I know is that years of being bullied by that woman made me pathetic. I was trapped.
And that's why you live here. But Miss Honey, she's got your father's house. She's got everything that's yours. She did him in. Let's go to the police.
No, we can't. We have no evidence.
We can just tell them. Tell them she did it.
It won't work with it being my word against hers. They'd never believe that she was capable of murder.
But why? She was so cruel to you. She beat you. She shouted at you. She locked you up in tiny cupboards and threw you into the cellars.
Stop it, Matilda, please.
Listen, honey, your aunt's a murderer. She killed Magnus. Who is she?
Miss Trunchbull.
Somewhere on a shelf of my yard, a picture can tell 1,000 words. So tell her, if you bother to take a look, it's like the equivalent of lots and lots of books. I know, I love what I'm saying. It's a big
up.